Hey, Einstein, where's the dot, boy? Huh?
Creatives, how are you? Welcome back to the Nerd Creative channel. FANHOME Build the Back to the Future DeLorean Part 21. In this video, we'll be completing issue 47 of the build. Grab yourself a coffee, sit back, relax and enjoy. So, as with every build, they come with components and they come with a magazine. Here are the components, let's put them aside, and the magazine, there's an aerial shot there of the model of the DeLorean that we're building. Let's have a look inside. So these are all the components that are coming. So look, we've got a steering wheel in this part of the build. So I think we're still continuing with the dashboard. And then there's the step-by-step instructions. Yep, there's a lot happening in this section here. Yep, there's a steering wheel. There's so much happening in this stage of the build. Okay, 2 months in. After 8 weeks filming, there was still much to do for part 2, with Michael J. Fox back in a wig there, and a location trip for Thomas Wilson, or Thomas F. Wilson. Yeah, because he recreates this from 1955. Where Marty tries to get back the Sports Almanac, 1950 to 2000, the Gray's Sports Almanac. These are all the components in issue 48, which is the next one, and it just seems to be a load of cables. And then again on the back it just shows you all the components that come in this issue. So as always, I like to do a bit of admin work just to make sure we've got everything we need for this build. So let's get the components open. So there's this really big component there, and we've got a bag of screws in there. We've got FP screws, and we've got a little component in there. Make sure I don't lose any of the little components, because I never do that, do I? Never drop things and have things pinging away. So just gently just ease them out. There's, whoa, that's some weight on that. That's our steering wheel there. Just gonna lay them all out. Another bag of screws, BM screws, put them at the bottom. And then our last pieces of component, which are there's quite a few, and there's another bag of screws as well. So we've got BP screws there. I'm just going to get these out. So we have this piece, this dashboard base. I think it's that way, yeah, dashboard base. Then we've got steering column here. Let's see what we've got. Anything missing? I'm not sure if everything's here. That's the 3 bags of screws. We don't see. Oh, here we go. There we've got our indicators, indicator level there, 1 and 2. We've got this piece here, which is the steering column base. This piece, steering column base lower. And we've got our steering wheel. We have this, steering column centre. That'll probably sit on the steering wheel there. And then this piece here, the bracket, there we go, the bracket. And then we've got our BM screws, our BP screws, and our FP screws. So let's just put our screws away before we start the build. So I need BM, which is here. BM screws. Cut the top off. There's a couple in there. Got our BP screws, which are here. I knew that was going to fall in as well. And our FP screws, which are here. Move them out of the way. Put scissors back. Okay, so let's just put our components on here. Just going to move them up a little bit so that I can grab them as I need them with the build. That's there. Steering wheel is there. That's there. Bracket there. Yep, that's everything. So we've got our screws, we've got our screwdrivers, we've got our components, we've got our magazine. Let's go. So to start this build, we get this piece here, which is the steering column base upper, and we've got our indicator levels here and here. So first thing we do is, let me just zoom in a bit more so we can get a better look. So we get our indicator levels here, so they've got, like, if you see, it's got like a pin, almost like a pin all the way through. So that just sits in there like that, and the other one sits on the other side like that there. So they sit like that. I know they're not going to stay in there. And then we get the steering column base lower, and this sits, let's see which way around, so it sits here, so that sits on top, which holds those two indicators in place. I just want to make sure, yeah, that looks okay. Yeah, on both sides. So just going to turn it back. So, and we secure that in place with two AP screws. Just put it in shot there. It's very small, so I've zoomed right in. So a couple of AP screws. My hand looks really big. Just put a screw on there. We might be able to just drop a screw in there. Yeah, I might be able to just drop a screw in there, like that. Let me just line it up. No, that definitely wasn't screwing in place, but yeah, I've got it the right way. I just don't see the holes, but I'm going to drop a screw in and just try and get there. That's not going in. Yeah. Try and feed the screw in. I don't know if that's screwing in or not. It's very difficult to know. Let's try the other screwdriver. I can't really tell if it's going in or not. It's not. Yeah. I've got one in. I think I've got one in. No, I haven't. Oh, just lift up. I don't know why it won't screw in. Right. Make sure that's. Just check that it's got the right screws. Yep. Let's try a different screw. Couple of screws. Because I drop it in. No, that won't screw together. Not interesting. Yeah, it just won't screw. It just won't screw once they're in there. Just drop it back down there. That's all the way down. Let's just push it down. It's like there's no nothing for it to grip hold of. No, the screw's there. Isn't that strange? If I can't screw it in, if I can't get the screws in, I'll just glue it. It doesn't really matter. No, the screw's there. That's really odd that it won't. I'll try this side. It's not. Can't feel it biting, you know. Nope. I'm just going to glue it. It's not really what I should be doing, but I'm just going to glue it on because for some reason the screws will not take unless I put the screws in. All the way down like that. Let's put the screws in like that. So the screws do come out at the bottom, and then if I line the screws up that. Maybe that will do it. No, the screws, there's nothing for them to hold on to, so I'll just glue it, it's fine. You know, these things are made by machines, so there's going to be some errors. So I'm just going to put glue on this edge here, spin it around there, and then I'm just going to glue the two pieces together. It's not the way it's supposed to go, but there. Clear that glue off. Yeah, just glue it, it's fine. But yeah, like I've said, they're made by machines and they're mass produced, so there are going to be some kind of errors. So there, just glue that together. So as long as these are still working, which they are, indicators. Yeah, sometimes you have to improvise. So for this next section, I've brought the dashboard back, and what we've got to do is we've got to turn the dashboard over like that, and then take this steering column and we've got to fit it here. So we've got to fit it there, and we attach that with FP screws. Here we go. A couple of FP screws. Let's try the other screwdriver. See if it's more magnetic. So we line that up there, and yeah, not magnetic. Set it in there, like that, and then screw that in. And get the other screw, drop it in the other hole, make sure we're lined up properly. That. Of course not. Of course it's not going to be straightforward. Let's just get that screw in there. Come on. Come on. Let's get that screw in there, like that. There. So that's that screw in there. Let's just zoom in a little bit. And just tighten this one up. There. And that's our, there we go, see, our indicators. Which, and like that. So we need this big piece that's come in this issue. This is the dashboard base, and we need this bracket here. And if you can see, it curves like that there, and this curved side goes down, and then these two match up with the holes there, and that secures in place with two BP screws. Which are here. I'm going to put a screw in there and then feed it in to the hole where it's going to go there. See if we can just turn it a little, see if we can start screwing it in with my fingers. Make sure it's lined up. I think it is. Okay, get the second screw in. Just tighten the second screw in. Tighten the first screw up now. There. So we've created like a channel there, you can see. I've zoomed right out now because I need to get both of these things in shot. So we've got our dashboard, which is here. So we need to flip it over. Flip our dashboard over. So we've got that cable there. And we've got this base plate. So this base plate just sits here like that, covering the whole of this section, and we hold that in place, making sure we've got no cables trapped, and we sit them in place with 4 FP screws. I'm not going to be able to see anything now as I drop these in. Yeah, that's going in. Just check. Yeah, that's gone in. I'll do one on this side because it's quite a deep channel, so I can't really see where the screw is. That screws in there, just not falling out. Got a couple more. It's quite a deep channel, so I don't know. I can't actually see the screw. I've just got to feel it with the screwdriver. Just shaking to make sure it's in properly. Let's get this. I can feel it biting. Yeah, so that's held in place now. That's the base of our dashboard in place. So the next thing we need to do is we need to get the steering wheel column, which is here. We need to turn our base upside down, and we need to pass it through here. Watch it go all the way down, and it needs to come out there at the front. So I think it needs to go about that far out there. So I'm going to sit it there, and then we'll get our steering wheel need a BM screw, which is here, to attach our steering wheel to our steering wheel column. So I'm just going to tip the dashboard up like that, and the steering wheel goes like that. Just checking the shape. That's a square. That's a square. There. The steering wheel goes there, and then we put a screw in the top, which is, that's not easy. There. Nope. Let's get that screw out. See if I can get the screw in the top. In the hole. Yep, it's in the hole. And then get my screwdriver and tighten that up. I'm just going to swap hands. Yeah, so we're just tightening it on to this steering wheel column like that. There. As you can see, if you look down there, it's turning the steering wheel like that. And then we've got to get this piece here, which is the centerpiece for the steering wheel. So you just got to push that in place. There's two holes either side, and there's two pins. So you've just got to match them up. That pushes in place there, as you can see, and that's our steering wheel in place. Brought the center console back because we're combining the dashboard here with the center console, and how they sit together is there's this space here, and we just sit this in place. Yeah, that sits like that there. That sits in place there, like that. And we need to flip it over. I need to get a couple of FP screws to combine those two elements together. There's a couple of FP screws there. So we need to turn it over. We need to turn the whole thing over. Although the other thing we need to do is all these wires now, they need to travel down this neck area like that. Yeah, all the wires need to travel down the neck area. So I'm just going to flip it over like that. Flip the whole thing over as we connect these two together. With our FP screws. So it's one in there. make sure it's fitting properly. Yep. And get the other one in. I'm just going to drop it in there. Just turn it around a little bit, just so I can get a good purchase on this screw. Same with this one. Let's tighten it up. And then we've got to feed all these wires down this neck like that. All the way down the neck, and then turn it round, flip it around, and we've got our center console. Just pull that wire down there. Could probably glue that in place. Maybe I'll shove it down there. Yeah, so there you go. So we've got our steering wheel. There. We've got our center console. Got all the components on there. This is really starting to look like the DeLorean from Back to the Future. Let me just feed that wire in there. Yeah, feed that wire through there, and there you go. That's what it should look like. With our steering wheel, it goes that way, turns. And that completes issue 47 of the build. As always, we've got merch for the channel. We have our Nerd Creative range and our Stay Creative range. The link's in the description. You know what to do. Get whatever you want. I'd like to thank you for your company. I'll see you in the next video. Stay creative.